Hey everyone, Anthony, Bangin Beers Podcast. Getting a little bit back to normal.
Yeah.
Me and Ben took a trip the other day, and sorry, I had a beer burp already. So yeah, Ben's at the table. It's weird to have someone actually sit at the table again. And then over the phone we have Jason and then Pops got Tony Sr. on the phone. Me and Ben have 4 beers that we're going to do here. Jason has a couple on his end, and unfortunately my dad didn't have a chance to get any, but he had some beer experiences over the weekend, and he's just here for some conversation. So we'll figure it out. When it comes to topics or how we're going to do this, I'm not really sure how we're gonna. We're kind of winging it. It's very hard to do the style of beer show that we were accustomed to over the phone, because we all kind of it's like a beer club when you kind of contribute your old beer, and then everyone kind of samples it and then finds out what their favorite one of the night is. So it's hard to kind of keep that same format that you guys are accustomed to. But we're trying our best to keep content coming out so you guys can that are looking forward to it. Ben, I guess, decided to clean out his glassware drawer, and he has given me 2 brand new glasswares, and oh my Jesus, are they cool. So if you were on Not Cool in high school, Ben brought over what kind of style is this here?
I think that's just like I forget what type that is.
It's a tall boy. I'll just call it a tall boy. But it's a Batman Beyond glass, and it's really, really cool. And then he gave me, this is like a what do they call these? Tekus?
No, that's I think it's a Libby glass.
I don't know glassware names. I just drink out of them. But this is he gave me a Macho Man Randy Savage glass before, and now I have a Ric Flair glass, and oh my God, I'm gonna take some pictures of it. It is gorgeous. It's got jets, it's got his logo, it's got money, it's got shoes, it's got booze, it's got girls, it's got diamonds, it's got everything, and then it's got Ric Flair's silhouette, and it just says "woo" around the glass.
I think there's a razor blade with Coke on it.
There is
too.
razor blades with some lines of Coke. there is a joint on it. Yeah, it's a great Ric Flair glass. It's a Rolex watch. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Wow, I didn't really even get to really look at that. And there's butterflies and shit.
Yeah,
it's nutty.
Hint, hint, Dad. There is another glassware out there of a Shawn Michaels one that Ben put in the chat. So if Christmas, wink, wink, wink.
This is a little far off at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, but you don't know how my dad operates. My dad will buy a Christmas gift in January and sit on it till December.
I mean, that's cool, but
way to contain the surprise.
Most people are looking towards summer at this point.
Yeah, no, you have to hit him up early, because if you don't tell him what you want and he doesn't pick it up, he scrambles at the last minute. Then you get a stocking full of deodorant.
Well, deodorant always works. It's always good, It doesn't really go bad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually have a Stone Cold Steve Austin glass with it's all gunmetal. It has the skull with the whipped fingers, snakes, beer, kegs, the stunner, you name it. It's Austin 316. It's a cool glass. I like how it's all gunmetal, so it's pretty cool.
Our first beer we have poured here is a Pizza Boy. It's the Blue Collar Lager. It's a 4.2. Actually, I should pull it up. I'm just reading off the can here.
Sure.
It's a 4.2 ABV lager. Now, not many places you go to you can get lagers. I would honestly say my favorite style of beer is lager style, lagers and pilsners. Don't get me wrong, I do like my IPAs, I do like my sours and stuff like that, but in a world filled with those style of beers, it is kind of cool to find a lager out there. And I know they are a little lower in ABV and they're not as strong, but I do find them refreshing, we'll say.
It's nice to have a little break from other beers.
Now, with that being said, I do really like this lager. If I had to compare it to other lagers that I've had recently, like Liquid Noises, I do enjoy Liquid Noises lager a bit more. It definitely lives up to its name. It is a blue collar lager. Like this is a beer that you can go in any place, get it on tap, and it is what it is. It's not too expensive, and when you go there when you go to Pizza Boy and you get a case, or not a case, but like a allotment of it, you get it 6 packs, and I believe this was $15 for 6 cans.
And they're pounder cans too. They're pint cans too.
So really, when it comes to price, not bad at all. Because most places you pay $20 and you're getting
4.
You're getting 4 cans, where Pizza Boy gives you 6. I'm giving this a 3.5. I really enjoy it. It's a nice, easy drinker lager, but it has a little bit of sweetness to it. It's the only thing that maybe is not for me. It has a little bit of a sweetness.
Mm-hmm. Now a little bit of that sweetness for me. Oh.
When you guys went to Pizza Boy, like, how did they delegate? Like, how did they let people in and out, or how did that work?
Yeah. So the 3 beers we have today are from Pizza Boy. This one is one that was already made. The other 2 were they were can releases. Like, they were released that day. Mm-hmm. Me and Ben got there around 2.
I think we got there around like maybe.
Oh, no, it was later than that.
4.
Like 4 or 5.
Like 4-ish, yeah.
The parking lot empty, completely empty. As long as you have to wear a mask going in. It does say if there's people there, maintain a 6-foot distance. But we walked into pretty much an empty store. As soon as you walk in, I don't know. This is my first time ever being at Pizza Boy. The layout may be different because of the circumstances of what's going on.
Yeah.
I didn't really see a place you can sit at a bar. I guess they got rid of a lot of those tables and stuff.
Sure.
So it was just big pallets of just cans of beer, and it's not just Pizza Boy beer. They had Topple and Goliath, they had Trogs, they had a bunch of stuff. So not only are they selling Miller Lite, Coors Light, domestics,
ciders,
yeah,
wine, even.
Bottles of beer, ciders of beer. So they don't just sell Pizza Boy brand beer. You can go in there and get other people's stuff as well.
It's like a little wine store, pretty much, in some aspects.
It's a beer store. Yeah, it's a beer store. You can pick up other beers.
Like,
go ahead.
Being there when they were open, and it's funny because like I upload a lot of the pictures of the places I go to my Amazon Prime account, and then it shows up on like my TV as a screensaver. It shows up on my Amazon like Alexa said as a screensaver. Yeah. And I saw today like pictures from when I was at Pizza Boy, and those big televisions they have there of all the beer that they have on tap, which is, you know, like an astronomical amount. I mean, I got to say, they probably have like 100 taps there. I mean, it's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, I didn't really go over and check out the taps because the TVs were all turned off. It wasn't like they were pretty much like pick up only, pick up, get up, you know, not like a hangout spot.
Yeah, they were more like a skeleton crew when it came down to it.
Right. But that's cool. I mean, the other thing that was really weird, I remember when I went there was, as you walked in off to the side, they had coolers there, and in the coolers, which they weren't very big coolers, they were more of like
real quick, Jason, are you on speakerphone?
Like no, I'm not on speakerphone at all.
It sounds a little strange, but it's fine. Go ahead.
I just remember being there and seeing that they had like 6 stoles in their coolers there, which was kind of odd too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that when you went in, if they had 6 stoles available or not. If it was just all.
I didn't notice. I'm going to be honest. I didn't notice that. They did have cans and bottles and stuff in the coolers as well. A big T-shirt wall. It was awesome. It was a really good experience. The brand new release beers for a 6-pack were 20 each, and the Blue Collar and a few of the other ones were 15 each. And like I said, you get 6 beers with that. Super nice dudes. We went in and I made a joke because it was like my first time kind of being somewhere during this whole pandemic where you walk into a store, and I didn't really have a mask, I was wearing a Trogs bandana, and I was like, man, I literally feel like the Wild West, and I'm coming in to stick the joint up. But the guy behind the counter and everyone behind the counter were super nice. We told him about the podcast. He threw us a couple stickers and said he's looking forward to the review. And then I'm going to be honest, I don't really know the people who work there, but I do know when I tagged it on Twitter and Facebook Twitter and Instagram, we had a hit from an account. Let me pull it up real quick just so I can verify this. It's called also Hampton.
Owls of Hampton.
Owls of Hampton. Sorry, I read. I hate when they blend it all together. I'm an idiot. But Owls of Hampton. I guess he's one of the. He's somebody at Pizza Boy that like really follows when people tag their beers, and he pretty much said. I'll say here. He said. he liked it and then said, yeah, he liked it, and he said something about you know, he's glad we liked the beer, and thank you for the plug for the most part. But yeah, super nice dude. And I shot him a message on Twitter, and I was like, hey man, once this all blows over, we'd love to come up there and do an episode. And he said, pretty much said, absolutely. Like, let's figure something out once this all blows over. So hopefully we can go up to Pizza Boy and have a good time.
Pizza Boy and that Owls of Hampton are kind of like one and the same. I'm not sure what the differentiation is between the two, but
yeah,
I'm not really sure. But I know, like, and I think I had mentioned this before in the podcast, but when my one friend got married, they made beer. I don't know if they made beer for his wedding or they just supplied the beer for his wedding. But I also know too, like that front side lip slide they made for when they were rebuilding the Bloomsburg skate park. It was like an exclusive beer that they made, and that's like a double IPA from them, and that's like actually one of their best beers, I think. So that was pretty successful for them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. In the past, I'm going to be honest when I give my take here. In the past, I've had some Pizza Boy beers, and they have all kind of had the same characteristics, and they all kind of had the same profiles, but with like a minor change. So I'm talking maybe 2-3 years ago, once I was maybe just starting my craft beer journey. We can say. Since then, I've had a lot more of their beers. I don't get that as much, but also I feel like I've evolved as a beer drinker too.
Yeah.
And it's evolved in a good and a bad way, because some beers do blend together. Some beers stand out more. Some beers maybe lose a little luster because your taste buds and your palates do change. I'm gonna be honest. I went up there. It was my first can release ever. I walked out of there with 3 full 6-packs. And I spent $50, $55,
and then you got food then on top of it too,
which is not bad. I mean, you know, three full 6-packs of big pounder cans for $50 is not a bad deal.
No,
not at all. And then I grabbed some pizza, and the pizza was fantastic. I enjoyed the food too. Like it was an all around home run.
The one thing that's really cool about Pizza Boy that I really got to hand, I love their logo. Like their logo is like fantastic. Like the can, that's like, it's like half the can top and half the pizza, you know, like I really, really like that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they kind of have two.
For some reason,
they have two logos. Their other logo is like a pizza slice in a glass, but the overall shape of the pizza in the glass is the Pennsylvania Keystone.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Like, see, look at.
I mean, I have a shirt from them that has like the Keystone logo on the front, and you know, it says PA, but it says like IPA, and it's like the Keystone. Like,
yeah, I
logo
do.
on
I
the
seen
front,
that shirt. I next time we go up, I am picking up one of those shirts. I was looking at. I'm like, man, I like that Keystone idea. I may have kind of used it for our new Redskins podcast, because I want to say that we're proud PA Redskins fans. So I kind of use, instead of the circle, and I changed the circle to the PA Keystone logo, and then threw some feathers on it. Yeah. But I do like that logo a lot. But yeah, awesome, all around great experience. We went up, we were in and out. It was price wise, it was on point, and kind of a spoiler alert. We'll get into the rest of the beers here in a minute, but there's not a beer I'm upset that I paid for. Like And they're you know, sometimes you go out and for me anyway, I'll go get a 6-pack and I'll go over and be like, hey neighbor, or hey this person, I just went and got all this beer. I'm not going to drink it all. Have a can or two, you know, on me, and you know, and kind of talk about the podcast. I don't see me giving any of this away. I really enjoy all of it. I've been putting a hurting on all 3 of these. I've been having like one a night of each of them, and I'm really, really enjoying them.
Well, I know the one thing that I can tell you about Pizza Boy is I know that they obviously do sell out of their location, because some places don't do that, but you can go there and obviously get like, 6-packs or 4-packs like you did. I know you can get 6 sold directly from them, and I know that Shangy's is the one that distributes their beer. So
yeah, I
do know all that.
Yeah, the only thing Ben was telling me about them that it was kind of like, oh boy, that kind of sucks, especially if we plan on making a trip up there. They don't do flights. I think the lowest you can buy is like a 4-ounce glass. So when you go there, you really have to
figure out what you want.
Yeah, it's not like you can get a flight of 4 different ones. That's kind of a disappointment. I do hope maybe that's a policy they change in the future.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they would be willing to do or not to do for us if we went, not to say that we want special treatment, but, they may flex a little bit so that we can try and review more. But, I mean, I know going there when it is in full swing, which I have been there.
It's packed.
The amount of beers they have on tap and the people that they get, it's a nut house there. I mean, it really is.
I can definitely see how doing flights is a pain in the balls. You know what I mean? Because you have more glassware, more things. Like it probably ruins the flow of a bartender a little bit.
It kind of does, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's pretty crazy there.
Yeah. All right. So, do you want to crack open your first beer? Give us a review, Jason.
Well, I mean, I don't have to crack it open because I just pour back the tap handle and let it flow.
Yeah.
Because I have, I've only got 2 taps at my house, but I've got the New Trail tap takeover going on. So,
oh baby,
the first beer that I have tonight is Hill Climb on tap from New Trail, which I have had before in the can, and I do have to say that. I mean, to me, like, draft beer is kind of like having soda, like fountain soda. It's just a little bit better, in my opinion, I mean, I don't know. For some people, they might not notice the difference, but for me, I do. And this Hill Climb is fantastic on draft. I mean, I love it. And this is normally one of those beers that you cannot get from New Trail on tap. It's just that it was kind of stuff that was allocated to bars, and bars aren't open, so I have it at my house. And I'm lucky to have it at my house.
Yeah. It sucks that this is all going down because that would have been a great... they would have been some good beers to come over and play some arcade games.
Oh, my God, yeah. I mean... Yeah, it's a double IPA, and, I mean, it's typical hazy New Trail double IPA goodness,
Yeah.
I mean, rarely do I have a IPA from New Trail that I don't like. There are occasions where I had some. I know, like, you really like Daypack a lot, which was like a session IPA from them.
I mean, it wasn't my favorite,
me,
but I liked it for what it was. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and
I'm going broken heel all day long if I have a choice. But I did like the Daypack for tasting like a craft beer, but keeping it low that you could have multiple in one day.
And I mean, I certainly won't argue with that. But when you have, when you have the double IPAs and you drink the Daypack, it's kind of like drinking diet soda compared to like regular soda, in my opinion. What I mean?
That's 100% fair.
I think that's like actually, a fair analogy. I mean, like, it's like drinking Diet Coke compared to regular Coke. And, when they get all that alcohol packed in there and stuff, it's like there's no corners cut, there's no nothing. But, Breskies, again, like ever since we went down to, what was it? Help me out here. The guys down in Harrisburg.
Harris family.
Yeah, ever since we went down to Harris family, and we went over the Breskies, man. I mean,
you became a super fan.
Dude, they kill it. I mean, they get so much stuff there. I used to think Sabatini's was like the mecca for, sort of walking in and take out beer, but I honestly, I got to say at this point, I mean, Breskies is crushing them. I mean, because Breskies, like, they have a whole cold section where they keep, like, all their IPAs and stuff like that. I mean, they have
a whole cider section. It's a fantastic place.
And they even have a home brewer section then on top of that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm. I look around everywhere,
I
man.
mean,
Holy shit. I look around everywhere, believe me.
Yeah. Like any other place that kind of, like, does that stuff, you got to really be careful when you go there and you buy single beers broken apart from, 4-packs, because there is a considerable markup. Now, when you mix a 6 and you do that, it kind of knocks it back down. But my advice is, if you're going to Bresky's, I would stick to like 4-packs if you're going to buy beer, because it gets the markup is considerable for single beers. But
Yeah.
I mean, as far as what they have and what they have accessible, it's pretty amazing. But yeah, I mean, this 6-stall and the other 6-stall I have on tap both came from there. But the Hillkeim's really, really good. It's a 4.75 for me. I mean, it's definitely new trail, double IPA, hazy, good beer. I mean, this is right up my alley.
Yeah. Let me just get this one quick one out. So I want to get into Pizza Boy real fast. I didn't really give them a full rundown here. So
Sure.
they are from Enola, PA.
Mm-hmm.
They have made 200 total beers.
Wow.
And they average a 3.88 average, which is not terrible. I mean, that's a lot of beers, and it's a very high 3, almost a 4.
Pretty consistent overall.
Yeah, very consistent. They have done some collaborations with the 717 Collaboration Ale, Moon Stomp, Pennsylvania Handshake.
That's one that I really wanted to try, the Pennsylvania Handshake, because it's an apricot milkshake IPA that they do.
And then the one we're going to be doing here at the end is a collaboration with Ingenious. And I don't know if you remember this episode, Dad. We did the Infinity Hop ones where we did all the Marvel-style beers from Ingenious from Texas. They used to be out of Pennsylvania, then moved to Texas. Not a bad beer in that bunch at all. So if you can combine their amazing beer brewing skills along with Pizza Boy, the pen is mightier. You can kind of write your own assumptions of how that beer is going to get ranked. But yeah, so good for them. Like I said, out of Enola, PA, I would 100% definitely. If you haven't done so already, go check out Pizza Boy. And speaking of different beers, places you can get beers, I know a place that's really, really good to us is the Keg Stand. We've been getting stuff there all the time as well. So definitely check those guys out in Monty City. And then a huge shout out to the Craft House in Minersville. So they have this thing going on where they have a lot of beer that's sitting there that is getting to the point where it's getting old.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of businesses can turn around and say, keep it the same price, just kind of put that towards the front, and you know what I mean? And I'm not saying be shady, but do what you have to do to still make your profit.
Be crafty.
Be crafty.
No pun intended.
If you are a Coors Light fan or a Miller Lite fan, and you're looking for some beer, they are selling cases of Miller Lite and Coors Light before it does go bad, so they don't just sit on old beer, for like $12-13 a case.
I think I saw the cakes. Is the Cake Stand doing that too?
They might be, but
I think I did see something that they were doing that. Yeah.
For me personally, I think that shows not only good business, but it shows that they actually care about beer. Because regardless if it's a domestic that we make fun of and like it's shit beer anyway, who cares? Like
we get hydrated from it.
Yeah, all the comments are like, you couldn't pay me enough to get rid of that. Listen, man, you have $13 and you're looking for a case of beer. For $13 a case,
not bad at all.
I would grab a case of Miller Lite just to say, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think if I'm someone who makes a craft beer, right, or if I'm a distributor, and I know that you're willing to maybe take a hit on your price just so you can keep the quality of what the beer goes out, and I make beer, I'm going to be more inclined to make sure my beer goes to your place because you're actually going to check your dates, know how you're not going to sell old beer to customers.
You care.
You give a shit.
I
like that. And if they give a shit about domestics, which that can easily be thrown out and get a new case of it because it's so easily accessible. Imagine what they do for their craft scene. I like that. Huge props to both those businesses for doing stuff like that.
Absolutely, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, the Keg Stand in general for me is like a home run because like the manager, I mean, he's been so gracious to me and like my little endeavors and stuff. So
yeah.
I can't say enough good things about them.
Yeah,
and I mean, they do get some good stuff in there. I mean, I've seen Toppling Goliath in there. I've seen New Trail in there, and I mean, they can pretty much so get whatever you want. So, I mean, if you just go in and mention it, I mean, he has access to Shangy's, to, I mean, all those people. I mean, Nebulous, all that stuff,
Yeah.
So, You can get what you need.
Yeah,
They'll
both.
hook you up.
You can't go wrong with depending on what side of your mountain you're on. You can't go wrong with either one of those.
Definitely
places.
not.
So, Dad, over the this week, you kind of went and tried some beer. What did you come across?
I had a few decent ones and one not so decent, but the can looked cool. The other day I tried the Fast and the Furriest from King County Brewing Company.
I have no idea what's going on today. Both of you guys sound like you're a mile away from your phone.
How does it sound now? I'm actually using my speakerphone.
You're using your speakerphone now?
Yeah.
Usually that's the Antichrist when it comes to this. You don't want to do that.
I'm definitely.
Well, it's right next to my face, so how's it sound?
Yeah, that's much better.
All right. So the other night I tried the Fast and the Furriest from King County Brewing Company IPA, and I did not care for it. As anybody who's ever heard me on the podcast knows, I'm not an IPA guy. I'm getting there, but this one was just not up my alley. I found it to be one of those bitter IPAs between the piney taste and the grapefruity peel taste. It was just a little bit too bitter for me. Taste wise, I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I do want to try. I do want to try their beers.
If there's another one up there, I'll grab it.
Yeah.
And next time I come down, I'll bring it with me.
I remember that one that was like it looked like Bowser. Bowser was on the can. I thought that looked cool. I know you said they were at branching out. So if you do on your way home next time, make a pit stop, see if you can grab.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be them.
Just
grab like 2 or 3 beers or a mix of 6 of just like maybe two different breweries, so we can kind of showcase that brewery and just bring those home with you.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll see what they've got. They've got a nice selection. I was actually picked these up at the bar across the street.
We got once this whole blows over too. I got to get up there. I want to experience the area. Seems like you have a lot of cool stuff going on.
It's a great area. Come up when all this shit blows over.
Yeah, I'm not going up to the mecca of the death trap.
So you can visit the winery. We can visit the wineries, a couple of wineries as well.
Yeah.
Do a taste test. Do a tasting at one of the wineries, and who knows, we might turn you into a wino.
Yeah, I'm getting more into it. I've been honestly trying it. Like I think sometimes there's some of the wines that are brewed in like beer barrels and like bourbon barrels, and it kind of gives it more of that craft beer taste.
Brewed in wine barrels.
Yeah,
you're saying
no, the wines brewed in bourbon barrels. There's some type of bug flying around.
Yeah, there's some of them that do that.
All right, hold on. Ben's fighting a mosquito in my house. All right, just sit down because you're rubbing all over against the microphone. I don't even know how I got a mosquito.
That's the first one. That's my first one of the night. I have actually 3, but that was my first one of the night. The other night, and I didn't care for it. I just the flavor profile was not up my alley.
Yeah, wait till you guys all come back and sit down at the table and we can all hang out again because we have a fuck ton of stouts. Like,
and we got them. I got them.
Oh my god, we have cans upon cans and bottles upon bottles. We have to start. I mean, I'm not looking forward to it, but we got to start putting a hurting on these stouts.
The sours we have.
Sours and stouts, man. We have enough to go around. So me and Ben kind of have our next one already cracked, poured, and a couple tastings in. You didn't actually give your full review on the lager. I just realized that in my brain.
Yeah.
What was your score on that?
I gave it a 3.5 too.
Yeah.
It's a fair assessment. It's good. Yeah, I mean, again, like when people hear me, like if people say, "Oh, it's too sweet," Ben's gonna really like it. You know what I mean? And that's right up my alley.
It's a little bit of a sweeter lager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
All right. So the next one we have poured here is the Floyd's Yacht Club. This kind of looks like it has a Misfits logo on it. Let me see what we got here. So this is I didn't read the lager one, so I may go back and do that real quick. But this is brewed with our super awesome friends at Floyd's Yacht Club. So I'm not really sure who Floyd's Yacht Club is. Maybe if you can Google that and see what's going on there. It's not a brewery, so it's not a collaboration with a brewery. I'm not sure exactly what it is. So If you can go on YouTube, Google and type in Floyd's Yacht Club PA, or just Floyd's Yacht Club, see what you get. Maybe we can kind of give them a plug as well. But brewed with our super awesome friends at Floyd's Yacht Club, this banger has all the juice you need. Brewed with pale ale malts, Pils malts, oat malt, and flaked oats, wheat malt. If I'm going to mispronounce some of these, so chitty, chit malt, and a touch of Crystal 15. So crystal meth is in this beer. That's cool. Double dry hopped with loads of Citra, Amarillo, Mosaic, and a tropical melon explosion. Yeah, it's a very, very sweet IPA. But the sweetness seems like it takes down a lot of that bitter hoppiness taste that you may not like if you're an IPA person. The IBU on this is only a 35, so it gives you enough, but it definitely takes away a little bit of that kick. The can art is it looks like a ice cream truck almost, and it's got like a food truck, and then it's got like an arm holding a Viking helmet filled with looks like spaghetti. And it has like a tattoo on it that says "I Sail" with an anchor, and then the Floyd's Yacht Club logo, which looks like the best way to describe it. It looks like the Misfits head, but instead of the eyes and the mouth, it's an anchor.
Yeah, they're boozy sailors. The Wu-Tang of the Sea is their Instagram says.
I like these guys already.
Ahoy! This is the IG home of a ragtag crew of boozy sailors and leaders of the Beer Fiend Club. So it's like a little beer club that they have.
Pizza Boy, if you are listening, and Floyd's Yacht Club, that sounds like another amazing episode. If we can go on a boat and drink beer with you and do a podcast, hit your boys up. That would be a fantastic time. And then if we just get sick, we could puke over the side. So yeah, Floyd's Yacht Club. This beer was fantastic. I'm a big fan of this one. I just lost my page here because I was going back.
Your train of thought. I actually like this one too.
I gave this a 4. Now I said I'm trying to be a little it's harder to get in that 4 category for me. So I give this one a 4, man. I definitely enjoyed this one. I'm a fan of it. Let me go back real quick and pull up the Blue Collar Lager. Never mind. There's really no write up about it.
Well, Floyd's Yacht Club has one, and I'm going to read it off anyway.
I just read it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's what I read off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to read what it actually has in it. Oh, yeah, no, you did that.
Yeah, I did all that.
Wow,
yeah.
Man, I'm having Beersheimers, too. Oh.
We're only 2 beers in there, ladies and gentlemen.
These days bleed all together. It's just like you don't know when real life is going to come back.
Well, it comes back to me next week. And your boy's sleep schedule is fuckoed.
Oh, yeah,
I've been staying up way too late. So I got to bounce back. I get to work from home. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah,
it's something else.
I got to work weekends again for a little bit just till this blows over. So that's going to be kind of difficult. But we'll make do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like this beer. I gave it a 4. Yeah,
that's a fair assessment of it. I'd give it between a 3.75 and a 4, just because it has just like all the stuff that hits it, like with the Citra and Mosaic, Citra, Amarillo, and Mosaic. I really like those hop combinations. It's just right up my alley. So
yeah,
it just hits the spot, literally.
Perfect. All right, Jason, what is your next one up here?
All right, so I went down and I just tilted back that tap handle once again, and instead of hill climb out the tap handle, this time came Flannel Weather by New Trail. So another double IPA from New Trail. Oh, that was loud. The hell was that?
I have no idea. It's weird because what you guys barely hear bleeds through our end really, really bad, and then the stuff you're hearing, I don't hear at all on my end.
I rejoined. I accidentally logged out.
Oh, that might have been it. All right, go ahead, Jason.
Wow. So anyways, yeah, it's really good. It's another double IPA from New Trail. My friend asked me, he's like, you have 2 double IPAs in tap from New Trail. Can you tell the difference? And I'm like, yeah, sort of. I mean, they have different hops, so I can tell the difference. They're both really, really good. I don't know if I like one necessarily more than the other. I mean, because they're both fantastic. But
You got to cuvee them.
I could do that, I suppose.
That could be your third beer. A little bit of pour of each.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I mean, anything is possible, you know. I don't know. I mean, I have done that. I think when I had Broken Heels and the Hershey chocolate porter on tap from Yingling, I think I did that. I made like a black and tan with those, and that was pretty good, actually.
Oh, nice.
That was actually really good. Because I think that was the last thing I had on tap with those two together, where it was like a porter and an IPA.
We came over and you're like, hey, help me drink this porter. And we're like, I'll take more Broken Heel.
Yeah. I mean, but, you know, again, this is, you know, another beer from New Trail that, you know, in other times I couldn't have on tap. You know, it's like Bresky's got an allotment of these kegs. I don't know if it's just because Bresky's buys a lot of New Trail, or Bresky's is a kind of like, you know, special account for. I don't know what the deal is. You know, I don't know, but they got allocated a lot of these sixtels that, you know, you couldn't normally get. You know, and I jumped on these. I mean, this is stuff that I'll probably never be able to have on tap again from New Trail unless New Trail changes their thinking as far as people having this kind of beer at home. I mean, these beers and these kegged of beers, I shouldn't say these beers, but any of this beer that's kegged is always allocated to bars. I mean, they must have a certain group of bars that get these beers, and they are off hands to people like me. You just can't get them. I mean, doesn't matter. You just can't get them on a consumer level. It's always, you know, but I jumped on these, and I'm very, very, very happy that I did. And actually tomorrow I'm going back to Bresky's again to buy one more sixel that they got in for New Trail that I'm going to kind of store at another place until I kick these, which is Tent Zipper from New Trail. So I'm a big New Trail fan.
When you do that, try to swing by Frackville. I want you to take a can of this next beer that we're going to pour, because it's a hazy sour milkshake. So I definitely want you to experience this. It's an interesting beer. It's different.
It's certainly wacky.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, as far as New Trail goes, I mean, I love New Trail. I mean, I'm kind of like, they never really replied to us when we reached out to them, did they?
No, they have not, no.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know, I kind of get that from them. It's like, they're pretty successful and satisfied in what they do, and they're not really looking to change that for us or anyone else. I mean, because I've had many conversations with them, and they're to the point where they know who I am because I've said comments over and over again to them that they're underestimating the little people like me who, you know, I mean, if I could get this beer all the time, I'd probably buy 2 sixtels of their beer every month and a half.
Yeah, we're definitely fans.
They just don't care.
We seek their stuff out. Like, we're fans of them, you know what I mean? And listen, they don't owe us anything, and I don't, you know, but it's...
No, they don't owe me shit, you know? I mean, as far as New Trail goes, I mean, I love them. I love their beer. I'm a customer, and I will continue to be a customer because they have some of the best IPAs around, but the way they kind of treat me as a customer, I'm not so hip on, you know what I mean? Like,
could be a little bit better.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, you know, I don't know. I'm not looking for them to make exceptions for me and stuff on any level, but they're just pretty stuck in their ways. And I mean, they are very successful, so they don't need to change the way they conduct their business because of me. But
yeah,
I don't know. I kind of feel a little snubbed by it, you know? I mean, I don't know. It's odd. It's a love-hate relationship with me and New Trail. Love their beer, not so happy about how they conduct themselves. But it is what it is. But again, here's another 4.75 double IPA from New Trail for me on Untapped. I mean, it's an awesome beer. It's really, really, really good. These double IPAs, you like hazy double IPAs? I mean, it's a home run. I mean, honestly, this is some of the best beer that I've had on tap at my house together. I mean, 2 double IPAs, 2 hazy double IPAs from New Trail. I'm in heaven, man. I really am. Yeah. I wish I could have it. I wish I could have it all the time, but unfortunately I can't. So make hay when the sun shines,
Yeah, when it comes down to like support like that, like customer support, and kind of like there's maybe stuff that maybe like maybe I'm kind of lying with this too, because I kind of break this with Yingling, but like where there's like a company that you're like a huge fan of, and then you try to reach out to, and you're like, they just ignore you. You know what I mean? Which I get. Like they probably get hundreds or thousands of messages a day from schlubs and saying the same thing I'm saying, or hey, I'm a podcast, and they're like, what the fuck you, you're some podcast, I can but like then you have a company like Liquid Noise or Mellow Mink or Harris Family or some of these amazing other companies who's reached out to us, and they're like, yeah, we'll do something with you. Like, to me, that's, I support you even harder, and I'm gonna rock your t-shirt and put you guys over a little harder. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like you scratch my back, I scratch yours type deal.
And the thing, Tony, it's not. It goes beyond that for me, because like I've been to I've seen like the Rusty Rail guy. What am I say? Like the representative out and about, because they have like a little like transit or whatever that's branded Rusty Rail. I've seen him like bouncing around and stuff. I've seen him and I've like confronted him, and I'm like, dude, I love your beer. I've had it on tap before, multi-gigantic. It's like one of my favorites. How can I get a tap handle? I mean, he literally reached into the back of his vehicle and pulled out a tap handle and just gave it to me. Yeah. He's like, we appreciate people like you, we appreciate the people who are willing and supporting our beer. And to me, that like, it spoke volumes, it's like, sometimes with these beers, it's like, I don't care how good it is. Sometimes, like, there's more to it,
the little
it's like
things
you said,
like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we went into, and I hate to bring up, not that I hate to bring it up, but Liquid Noise over and over again. We went in there not expecting anything, and we were given the royal treatment. We were given the world. And I mean, to me, I would support them no matter what, because of how I was treated there, because I didn't ask for anything, and I was given everything. Great people, yeah.
And that's not and listen, I don't want people to assume that when we come and do an episode as a podcast to you, like, listen, we go with the full intentions of paying for every single thing we do there. That is, we're not looking for handouts. We're not looking for that. Like, we almost insist that we pay. And
well, yeah, and again, it's like with Liquid Noise, and again, here, an honest opinion, is Liquid Noise like my favorite beer in the world? No, it's not. I mean, but as far as the way they treat their customers and the way they've treated us, I mean, I would support them any day of the week, no matter what. I'm not saying their beer is bad.
I actually really enjoyed their beer. I really enjoyed their beer.
Yeah. You know what? Really, it's just that their beer and my taste are two different things, because the beer that they brew caters to someone a little different than my taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but with that said,
I think Liquid Noise
everything
is
that
definitely
I had was very, very good.
Yeah, Liquid Noise is definitely I would say a good bridge to a great craft beer, but also to convert a casual domestic drinker to becoming a craft beer person.
Yeah, like between like
I mean, some of those things we had there, like that. What were those ones that were like those seltzers or whatever?
The blue seltzer, with the blue raspberry seltzer that tasted like a blue Huggy.
Amazing.
It did not taste like a seltzer.
But and again, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, that's not my style of beer, but on that style, that stuff was amazing. I mean, it was like out of the park. It was awesome. That, again, on top of what they offer as far as like just being nice, honest, great people, it was the complete package. You know what I mean? Would I go and buy that all the time? No, but it's not the type of beer that I drink. But for what it is, it's fantastic,
Yeah.
And I mean, you got to hand it to them,
I mean, my favorite thing about Liquid Noise is just getting exposed to all the different styles of beers then too, like IPA,
and that's
seltzer,
I agree.
Lager, Pilsner, they're really batching it all together, you know what I mean, and making stellar beer out of like anything. Like it's wild.
Yeah. And that's very true. Where New Trail is kind of like double IPA, single IPA, double IPA, single IPA. Then every once in a while they throw out a stout or something like that. Obviously the New England IPAs is where they stand, and they stand very tall. But with Liquid Noise, they kind of like went all over, and they appealed to everyone,
Oh, definitely.
Which was great,
Yeah, no, definitely.
But
and even like just to kind of talk about another episode, because we do have time to kill here. Like Mellow Mink, Mink was cool. Like the attention to detail they did. Like we didn't record or anything back there, but it was like you go in the back and the grates on the floors have their logos etched into it. Like they're trying to make beer with wine barrels and not so much bourbon or whiskey. Like they're trying. They're like they're like a classy New York style, place. I don't know. I was really impressed with them as well.
No, and even Harris family, I mean, they were very hospitable and very nice, they were great guys to hang out with, and we had a really good time talking to them, and they brought all this beer from local places and stuff that they admired. I mean, we've been very fortunate, the places that we've gone so far, that the people have been as nice as they are. I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, I would support those guys any day of the week just for having us, any of them. It doesn't matter who they are, you know? I mean, but at least they give us the time of the day. That's why, I hate to say it because I love New Trail and I love their beer, but when we send them messages and they don't even reply and say, go fuck yourself.
Or just leave you on read.
It's just like, it's just like, what, it's like, what the hell, dude? Like, you're too good to just tell me to go, fuck myself or go pound sand or whatever.
Just like, hey, we're not interested at this point in time.
I'm not trying to burn bridges here. I'm not trying to pick fights, but I don't know, man. It's odd,
Listen, I think
you just want some feedback, honest feedback.
I honestly think you're entitled to that, man, because like for how much money you do put into their product, you know what I mean? It's kind of like meeting your hero. Like I'm a huge Batman fan. I met Adam West, and I had the worst experience of all time. You know what I mean?
It's and the funny thing is, like, I've met artists that I like, because I'm big in artwork and stuff, and I've met like some of my favorite artists in the world, and they were just fucking assholes. I mean, it's like, I guess like when you idol something, it always disappoints you. Like I said, with New Trail, look, again, they make awesome beer. I'm a customer because I love their product and stuff, but from a personal level of my dealings with them and stuff, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're too good for me. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Can you guys hear me right now?
That opinion, but that's fine. I mean, there's plenty of other breweries, and there'll be plenty of other breweries that do good stuff too. And maybe someday I'll gravitate away and move on because it's happened before. People that I thought were amazing. Yes, there's a lot of competition out there.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking. I think I know where the echo's coming from because my phone might be picking up our voices as well as the microphones. I just muted the phone mic and I asked if you guys can hear me and you guys didn't hear me, so I think that's what's going on here. I'm just kind of like brainstorming as you were talking. Yeah, definitely. I think you're entitled to your opinion there, and it does kind of suck. Like, listen, man, if New Trail would still even be like, hey, we're open it, I would definitely go just to learn more about their process and find out how they came about. But I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and that's fine, man. I'm not going to take anything away from New Trail. I mean, I love their beer. I do. And their IPAs are fantastic, and they're phenomenal. And I would buy them. And, look, I mean, it's a true testament. I mean, 2 6-fulls of this, I ran and got this shit. I mean, I'm like, reserve this, tag that shit. I'm coming for it, And when this other one became available, like, I'm not even 85% through the 2 kegs that I have on tap right now from New Trail. and I've already reserved a third one. So
yeah, actually, next time you head up to Bresky's, see if they have any T-shirts or anything, and if they do, let me know
tomorrow.
I definitely want to get a shirt from them. I don't have the cash now, so I'm just kind of scout ahead for me and see how much like a T-shirt would be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, Dad.
Yeah, I mean,
What is your next beer?
There tomorrow, but I'll keep it up.
All right.
Pops, you there?
Oh, you fell asleep.
Sorry, you kind of broke off a little bit. I didn't.
Oh, sorry. I asked what your next beer was.
Oh, okay. My next beer is going back to my favorites, the dark beers, Gunner's Daughter by Math Landing Brewing Company. I had this yesterday. I've had it before. It's a milk stout. Junior would not like it. It's a definite coffee flavored, sweet, smooth. Probably one of my top 5 stouts I've ever had.
You're breaking up pretty bad. Are you on the Wi-Fi? Are you on?
I'm on internet.
Yeah, I maybe try not to be on Wi-Fi and just go off the cell phone tower. See if that changes, because you're chopping it out on me.
I don't know. All right, let me work on that for next time. But I gave Gunner's Daughter a 4.0. I got that at my local watering hole up in Cortland at Central City Bar and Grill, and I enjoy it.
Nice. All right. Well, before we get into our quick next beer here, the last of the Pizza Boy, want to give a quick shout out to some of the people who went out and picked up some new merchandise. We did get some hits. We are getting closer and closer to that new laptop goal. Not nice. as close as you'd think, but we're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly, because listen, we don't charge very much for T-shirts, so it's not so much we're making money off of the merchandise. Is more or less getting the name out there, but we do make a little bit because we do keep our prices pretty low. But not quite sure who it is, but a woman's tank top was sold, and I think something else. So got some female fans. I didn't check.
Hell yeah!
I didn't check if it was the Beer Hub one though. I didn't look at that. If it was the Beer Hub one, that's even cooler. Really excited to see that tank top hopefully out in public. And when you do order it, send us a picture of it with you in it, and we'll definitely put it on the page. And thank you for your support. Another thing I found out, if you do listen to this podcast over on Anchor, so every time I put the link up to send you to this, obviously you can listen to this on Spotify and stuff like that. I don't know if Spotify has it. Let me see something real quick. I know they used to have a button that used to say support this podcast, but I don't see it anymore. Yeah, I don't see it anymore. But if you go on Anchor, and you check out our page, on the thing it says you can be a supporter of this podcast. This is something I didn't know existed. I was going to make a Patreon account, and what Patreon does is it's like a monthly subscription to support the podcast, and it can be 99 cents a month, it could be $5 a month, or it could be $10 a month, and then you are pretty much subscribing to be like a founder or a supporter of it. Anchor does allow that now. Didn't know that was a thing. I literally just found out about it, so it's not something I expect our listeners to do, but I just want to let it known that it is something else out there that you can do to help us grow. It's like buying us a beer every month. You're buying one beer a month for us. You know what I mean? Just like a $6 or $5 donation, and it's a monthly thing, and it definitely can help us grow and get better equipment. Like I said, we have all these really, really nice cameras, but we're not filming anymore because just my laptop cannot handle editing on it and video editing, and I want to do a lot more cooler things. Like me and Ben just recorded the whole Pizza Boy thing, and I couldn't splice it in the right sections because when I would hit play, my computer would take forever for it to play, so I'd hear the audio, but the video didn't match the audio, and then I couldn't find the right place. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to put out dog shit, so I'd rather not put anything else at all. I know our audio sounds good, and my computer can handle putting audio out. So that's pretty much where we stand now until we can get that next step and utilize this amazing equipment. Another pro tip: if you are starting a podcast, it's amazing to go out and get all the best equipment you could possibly get. But if you don't have a computer that's not compatible to newer stuff, you are shit out of luck, because that's where I'm at right now. I went out and spent all these awesome cameras and everything, and I can't do anything to edit them because my computer is so old it cannot run the software to make the edits. So just wanted to do a quick shout out and thank you to the people who are buying the merchandise and supporting us. And I just want to let you know that is an option over on Anchor to do that as well. But yeah, so our next beer here is The Pen is Mightier, or The Penis Mightier, depending on how you see it. This is a spoof of the old Celebrity Jeopardy skits.
Sean Connery.
With Sean Connery. Ha ha ha, Trebek your mother. But yeah, this is a hazy sour milkshake IPA with gummy dicks. So I know there's things on the line where you can send anonymously a bag of gummy dicks to somebody and kind of be like, you're a dickhead, here's a bag of gummy dicks. So you can go to Spencer's and get these gag gummy dicks, or probably a porn shop. But yeah, the beer is a hazy sour milkshake IPA brewed with gummy dicks. So we're drinking penis. The can art is just, it looks like a piece of paper with a pen laying on it, but the tip of the pen is very phallic looking, we'll say. It looks like the head of a penis. It's made with Ingenious. It is a 6% ABV, so it's a little on the lower side. But man, does it pack that taste? It gives you that hazy. It gives you the IPA. It gives you the
gives you that penis taste.
It gives you the milkiness of the milk stout, like the smoothness. But then you get the
milkiness of the stout, or the milkiness of something else.
Maybe that was the secret recipe. A little penis Listen. I'm a fan of this beer. I think it's.
Oh, I bet you are.
Yeah.
Hey, you're curious to try it out.
I know you want to put your mouth around this mighty penis.
You're beer curious, Jason.
But it's tart, hazy, hoppy, sweet, and thick. I know you'll like that description. It's a thick. It's a very thick, mighty penis. But yeah,
oh dear God.
But you do taste like that sour, like the gummy bear, I guess, not bear, but gummy dick, I guess, the gumminess of the candy. Yeah. It is in there.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking beer. I like it a lot. This has been my go-to one. I'm not going to lie. This is the one I've been hitting up the most. I gave it a 4.
Sounds interesting.
I gave it a 4.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, this is a 4 all day for me.
I don't know what I gave. I think I might have just.
Once again, it's hard to get a bad beer from Ingenious, and now that they're working with Pizza Boy in this one, it's a home run for me.
Yeah, they're like very good friends in that sense, because even when they did an Ingenious tap takeover at Pizza Boy, they were actually giving away free glassware of theirs.
Really?
Yeah, and one of their famous glasses, I picked it up later down the line, is called Mother Brain, and Mother Brain. It's a homage to Super Metroid.
Yeah.
And it's a cool glass with the hops and the brain.
And if you want to talk about a page that is so supportive and will reach back out to you and will have a conversation with you, Ingenious is that company. They are out of Texas. They used to be from Pennsylvania, left Pennsylvania, went to Texas. Jesus, if we can get them back to PA, that'd be fantastic, because they just seem like the cool, like, I never in my life ever want to go to Texas, but I would go if I had money and I'm planning a trip, or I had a layover in Texas or anything like that. I would make it a point. Like, Ingenious is the only reason I would really go to Texas at this point in time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm that. Once again, we reached out to them and said, hey, we're doing an entire episode based on your Infinity Hop ones. We made this cool little promo video, like all this stuff, and they're like, man, that is so cool. Like, we wish this is something we knew you were doing sooner, because we would have because they had t-shirts made, they had 2 different glasswares
made,
they
had tank tops. Oh my god,
they're like, man, and I was like, do you have anything left? Because like, I'll pay for it PayPal, and if you ship it to me, like, we would want anything to support you guys in this style. And they're like, man, when we did this, not only did they can 8 beers, but they had another couple ones that were only draft only.
Yeah, they had them on tap, and they had like the Agamemnon, or like I. Oh man,
they had a few ones that were movie related that were only on tap.
They were like sours though, but they were all color, like multicolored then too.
Yeah. and they reached out and said, "Man, it sucks that we didn't cross paths on this sooner, because we definitely would have done more with you." Super cool people over at Ingenious, and I really hope that Pizza Boy and Ingenious do more collaborations, because I haven't had one from Ingenious I didn't like. Your score, Ben?
Cool. Yeah.
I would definitely give it a 4 as well. I'm not trying to write off your coattails, but no, it hits a whole different note when it comes to it. You get the sour, you get the milkshake a little bit, and then you get the haziness to it, and then also the little bit of the gummy candy, the gummy dicks.
Yeah,
kind of even balances all that funky fusion of flavors in one shot.
Jason's like Beavis and Butthead in sex ed class. Like, you just say penis.
It's like the commie gummies, you know? Like,
yeah. Today in sex ed, we're gonna talk about the vagina.
Yeah.
And if you assholes laugh, and Jason's yeah. So we are going to be a little ahead of you guys with 2 beers. It's completely up to you if you want to do a third or just kind of hang out and talk. It's completely up to you. I'm not sure exactly what you have left on your side.
I can crack open another. No problemo.
How about you, Pops? What's going on over there?
I got one more I can do.
All right, we'll get yours out of the way here. Let's go. We'll switch it up a little bit and go with you for your next beer.
All right, another one from earlier this week. And well, let me preface why I don't have any beer for tonight is because there used to be a beer store on the way home from New York, just between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre, that used to sell individual bottles of craft beers. And they had a very nice selection. And it's been a while since I was in there. I forget the name of the place, but I stopped in today thinking we were going to do the show tonight, and it's now nothing but a case store, like a 12-pack or a 6-pack store. And they really didn't have much of a variety of craft beers. But I almost picked up a 12-pack of the Budweiser Nitro, but I thought better than to buy a 12-pack because it's probably been 20 years since I've had a regular Budweiser beer. I mean, I'll drink Bud Light Lime, but a regular Budweiser I haven't had in probably 20 years. And last time I had it, I didn't care for it, so I didn't want to get the Nitro in a 12-pack, and they didn't have any 6-packs. So my second stop was Wegmans in Wilkes-Barre Township, but because it's a bigger area, more populated, there was a line to get in because they're only letting so many people in the store at a time. So I said, fuck that, I'm not standing in line for beer. I'll just go home.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't have any beer for tonight. But earlier in the week, I had from Spider Bite Beer Company.
We had some Spider Bite before.
Yeah. This was the Love at First Bite. It's the chocolate raspberry. And when I first got it, I'm thinking, well, this is going to be on the sour side because raspberry is generally, sweeter. When you get a sour,
sharper.
When you drink a sour, raspberry tends to be on the sour side. But I was pleasantly surprised to find the chocolate offset the sour of the raspberry and actually combined very nicely. There was a definite raspberry at the beginning and the end. You can taste the chocolate throughout. It was dark. It's a dark beer, and on slightly on the sweet side. It wasn't overpoweringly sweet. It wasn't overpoweringly tart or sour like from the raspberry. And I gave that one a 4.0 as well. I thought that was a really nice beer.
Nice.
So those are my 3 for the night. Two darks and an IPA that I did not particularly care for.
You're not going to hit all of them and home run out with all of them. It's just the way that things go. To be quite honest.
No,
with you.
and as soon as I read the label on that the Fast and Furious, I knew I wasn't going to like it, but I tried it.
Cool can art.
Yeah, it was cool can art.
Yeah. We're still kind of working on our penis beer here, but we have our first. It is our first one. Our first full label to be put on the table. Usually I trim them down, but the entire label is fantastic.
It's a fucking nutty beer that I got from a buddy of mine. After we got done with Pizza Boy, my buddy's like, a week or two ago, hey, I got some beer for you. Do you want to come up and get it? And I said, yeah, sure. I'll drop off some beer on top of it then too. I walked out with 8 beers, some smoked cheese, and I gave him like 5 beers, and they were pretty decent ones then too.
Yeah.
And Tony, I'll let you take this crowning achievement here, so go for it.
Yeah, so it says wrestling moves, but that's not. But it looks like the WrestleMania logo, but that's not the name of the beer, I guess. It's called.
It's a series.
It's a series from Spindle Tap Brewing Company. I'm not even sure where they're out of yet. I didn't go with that. Actually, they're out of Texas. They're out of Houston, Texas. And this beer is called the Stunner, and the can art is pixelated. Kind of like I wouldn't say Nintendo, but maybe like Super Nintendo.
I would say it's more like the WrestleMania arcade game.
Yeah, it's along those lines of the style of a look. You see a little bit of the two turnbuckles, some ropes. You see some crowd, and then it's an animation of Stone Cold giving The Rock a stunner with one beer in hand. It is awesome art, and it's our first full label to be put on the table. So that's really, really, really cool. I like it a lot. And I do thank Ben, because Ben is a guy who likes to keep his labels. But once he's seen this beer and he's like, it's a wrestling, it has to. He's like, it has to be on the table. So Ben sacrificed, because he only got 1 can of this, so he definitely sacrificed.
I was committed.
He sacrificed.
I'm committed. If I make a decision, I'm committed to it. That's all it comes down to. So.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Do you think you would dedicate this beer to Andy for his birthday?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dedicate this one to our boy Andy Header for his birthday. The Stone Cold, the Stunner beer. and
big Andy, the big drinker.
Go with the penis beer to dedicate.
Yeah. Speaking of the Stone Cold, if you come across that beer, I know you said it might be up in your area, up in that branching out. Keep an eye out for that Broken Skull IPA.
El Segundo Brewing Company.
El Segundo, yeah.
El Segundo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've had.
I'm not going to sleep easy.
Go ahead.
I won't sleep easy at night until we try the Pabst IPA. That's the one thing that.
Yeah,
I gotta try.
That has to happen.
They had the. Are you talking about the Steve Austin's beer?
Yes.
Yes.
The El Segundo.
I've had that.
Yeah, I want a can of it. I have a bottle of it. I want a can of it. Yeah, or a couple cans of it.
I got you. I got you.
It's a tasty beer.
Yeah, when I go in there, I
look
for those type of beers.
There's an Eddie Guerrero beer out of Texas too, and I can't fucking. I got it in a pro wrestling crate, and I'm like, oh my god, I could order Eddie Guerrero beer, and you go on the website of where it's made, and it's out of production. Like, I was like, why would you even send this to me? Like, they sent me a koozie of it, and I'm like, oh my god, an Eddie Guerrero beer, and I looked it up, and it's no longer even made. I was like, you scumbags, you got me all excited for an Eddie Guerrero beer. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's my new favorite thing is finding beer. The funny thing, wrestling beer stuff.
It's a Mexican lager.
It is. It's a Mexican lager. Yeah, and it sounds it sounds amazing. There was an old one called Hop Suplex.
That one that looked like.
Yep.
There you go.
There's one called Hop Suplex, and that the original art can had 2 hops wrestling in a ring, and one had his face painted like
Ultimate. Familiar.
Yeah, the one had his face painted like Ultimate Warrior, and there was another one dressed as Macho Man.
And
WWE sent them a cease and desist letter, and they had to change the whole label.
I think I might have had that one actually.
I found
that sounds familiar.
I found it at Brewfest. This lady took old labels and she would make light switches and shit with them. Like, just make really weird stuff with beer labels. And she had that beer label on a light. I don't even think I have a light switch that it fits onto my house, but I bought it because it's that beer's label.
Yeah. Hey, you like what you like, man.
Ugh. Yeah, Ben just showed me a picture of hard-boiled eggs with Jello as the yolk, as like a Jello shot. I'm like, that looks gross.
It's shitty food porn.
All right, we're gonna crack open the stunner here. I'm trying to choke down this mighty penis so I can get to the stunner.
Here, I'll pour it. I want to get a picture.
Yeah, pour the stunner in the Stone Cold glass. That's a sick Stone Cold glass, by the way. Where's this glassware from?
It is from a guy that's from True Class Glass, and he's from Illinois, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought he was a native in PA, but I remember the one time with ordering some glassware from him. I think I got the Macho Man glass. I said, dude, we do a podcast. We really plug your stuff. And especially we're doing it right now. And he's like, oh, really? I go, yeah, we always plug your glassware and all that. And he's like, hey, 15% off the glassware.
Oh, nice.
I was like, wow.
Maybe once we all get back to the table, we could work on him maybe calling in.
Oh, definitely. There's a couple people that I kind of, I'm a little bit curious to potentially get.
It'd be cool if we could get our own glasses.
Yeah. Listen, I would just be happy if he could make me a Shawn Michaels one. All these wrestling glasses they're literally they're gorgeous. They're good looking glasses. The Macho Man one I have is a little more colorful. It has more color to it, but I kind of like these ones a lot too. The Ric Flair and Stone Cold.
He made I think he made an NWO one. He made the Ric
Undertaker.
Flair, Undertaker is a really cool one with the purple ink. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin one. Like he's done quite a bit with the beers. Well, I mean with the glassware, and it's really nice overall.
Yeah.
You're getting a good product. Like he even did a Crash Bandicoot glass. So who would have thought of that? But yeah, I really like the guy's work. Hey, puts in a good effort.
Yeah,
and
True Class Glass. If you check them out, they make a lot of different pop culture reference glassware that you can grab. What? So this is an Imperial Double IPA. It's an 8%. It's from Spinal Tap Brewery.
Spindle Tap.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want it to be Spinal Tap, but it's Spindle Tap. They're out of Hudson, Texas.
Houston, Texas, Tony.
What did I say?
You said
Hudson.
Like what?
Sorry. I think my pain pills and beer are kicking in. Anyway, that's not recommended. So they have 67 beers. Then they average a 4.02. I'm just kind of looking at their beers here to see if they have any other wrestling ones that I think they wish I had.
Well, Spindle Tap made a whole bunch of glassware. They made like the Sleeper Hold, Stone
is that
Cold
them?
Thunder. Yep, that's exactly them. And they also made
I want the Shawn
Punch Out
Michaels
beers.
one.
They made Punch Out beers then too, and then Sweet Chin Music was one of them then too.
They made a Sweet Chin Music beer?
I think they might have.
Oh my god, don't tell me this shit. All right, I'm looking at their 67 beers. I don't see any of their wrestling beers even on. Oh, Chin Music. Oh my goodness. How do I get this beer? Ben, find me Chin Music.
Oh my god.
Oh my gee. There's a beer called Chin Music. It is a New England IPA. It sits at an 8%. And it averages a 4.22. Oh my god, Chin Music. I'm tagging this brewery and be like, I love you. Please somehow get me Chin Music. Oh my goodness.
And the label's beautiful too.
I didn't even see the label.
Here, hang on. I have to get it.
Oh yeah, I see it here. It looks just like the glassware.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Who is he super kicking?
I don't know who he is. Super kicking is right. I don't know.
Oh, it looks like
Ric Flair. It's Ric Flair.
Oh, it is Ric Flair. It's the Ric Flair I love you man.
Oh shit,
Oh
Ric
my
Flair.
god, I need that beer. I need that glassware too.
And it's fucking hazy too. Look at it. Look at that. That's fucking hazy.
God, I need that. I need that in my life. All right, I'm gonna stop jerking off over the labels here, and I'm actually gonna drink your beer and see how we. So this stunner, it averages a 4.31. It's only had 220 check-ins, which is kind of nuts. That means not that many people got to try this beer. So huge shout out to Ben's buddy for not only getting this beer, Eric,
Pug,
but also thinking of us in the podcast. And wow, thank you so much, man. That truly means a lot. I do like my labels, and I do like the wrestling stuff. So this is cool that it's so little of people have had this beer, especially in the Texas area, and we're here from Pennsylvania. And I'll snap one for you. But yeah, man, that's...
Oh, no, I was going to... You do on mine. That's going to be awesome. Tag both True Class Glass and Spindle Tap on that. They'll get a fucking kick out of that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But, all right, here we go.
It's good. It's fucking good. It has everything that you were asking for.
I think this would be right up your alley, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm jealous. I'm hanging on to every detail.
Wow. So this is...
Brewed with Mosaic, Ricau, and Denali hops. Denali hops, that's a little bit different, but wow.
Here's the flavor profile, Jason. Hoppy, citrusy, piney, green, bread.
I like greeny and piney the best.
Yeah.
But it all sounds good. Yeah.
It's a tasty
I'm
beer.
out on that one.
No, you would definitely not like this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, here we go.
If piney is in the profile, I'm probably not going to like it.
It has a little bit of if I had to give it one more characteristic,
Go for it.
on the tail end of it, a little boozy.
Slightly, very
Slightly
slightly, but
boozy.
it gives it that character that Stone Cold would definitely approve of, 100%.
A little burn. That's all right.
It's got a little burn, a little bit. It gives you a little bit of a stoner.
No,
at the end.
not like a hop burn, but it's just a little bit of that little like smooth booze.
Yeah.
Smooth booze.
Yeah.
Wow. I like that. I really like that.
All right, so once again, I'm trying to be picky with my fours.
Come on, you have everything going on with this one.
But
you
this
like
is-
you like the double IPAs or the RPAs. This is flat out a great IPA.
This is not only getting a 4, but I'm giving it an extra 2.5 for the art.
Yeah. That's
What
appropriate.
And if I ever do get chin music, that gets an extra 5.0 because it's Shawn Michaels. Wow, very, very tasty beer. I'm very... Jesus Christ, Ingenious and Spindle Tap. Can you get out of Texas and come to Pennsylvania? Your talent's being wasted down there. Get up here with us. Jeez, man.
It has a little bit of a dryness to it then too.
Yeah.
That's a solid, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of dry. That's a solid double IPA. That's really good. Clocking in at 8%. Holy shit. Definitely well worth. I'll try and seek more of this. That's worth my time. That's really worth it for real.
All right, quit rubbing it in. I get the idea.
Oh, I'm rubbing it. I'm rubbing it, man.
Assholes.
But yeah, this was good. Thank you, Eric, for doing that. That's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds like a killer beer.
I'm gonna put it up on tap right now. You gotta check out this label. It's
It's fucking nutty.
It's insane.
It's good. Thank you.
Alrighty. What do you got, Jason?
Well, I went down and I couldn't pull the tap handles anymore because I only have 2 to pull. So I went into the refrigerator and pulled out Sun Reaper from Toppling Goliath.
Hold on, real quick. We have an update on this beer too. So you know how
Sure.
we like little Easter eggs on our cans, where on the very, very bottom you can kind of see on the date stamp it might add a little extra little oomph. It's dated 3/27/20, and underneath the date it says the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah.
I didn't watch wrestling and I know this shit.
Watch. Peel off the whole label. You could keep the can.
Yeah.
Keep the can.
By the way, all the pizza. That's another thing too. We talked about on the Omni Polo episode when we dug a grave and put them in it. How we wish more breweries would put their brew date canned on the very bottom, so we can know if we're buying when we go to a store if we're buying an old beer. But huge props to Pizza Boy. Not only is it dated, it's timed. Like a date and time is on the bottom.
Yeah,
of the
military
can.
time too.
Yeah, so thank you to those breweries who do that kind of stuff for a consumer, because we go to a beer place and maybe that place doesn't have the same standards as our keg stand and our craft house, where hey, this beer's getting old, let's put it out there or put it on the discount shelf, just so people aren't buying old beer,
right?
And then there's no date on it, so that we don't even know how old it is then. So huge shout out to Pizza Boy and Spindle Tap for both.
From someone who's worked in manufacturing for almost 20 years, that's not necessarily for your purpose as it is for their purpose. If they have a problem post-production where they discover it's tainted in some manner,
yeah,
it's easier for them to say everything made on the 22nd of April between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. is bad. It's easier for them to track and bring it back, and account for it.
And that's good too. That shows accountability for your product. But just in the same token, we're talking about as a consumer. Like, we walk into a Bresky's and you're going to tell me it's an $8 can, and I flip it over and it's 8 months old and it's an IPA. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to pay $8 for an IPA that's 7-8 months old.
Yeah, that was a fucking shame.
You know what I mean? And that's not a crack at Bresky's or anything, but it's just like that's kind of what you go to when you go to a Sam's Club or a Wise's and they do mix of sixes. You could sit on an old beer that just maybe it didn't get grabbed or people didn't think it would be something they would like, and then we take it home and we review your beer, and then we turn around and say, man, this beer fucking sucked, and we didn't know how old it was, and we're not giving you a fair rating.
The downside to the And I don't want to throw the supermarkets under the bus, but a lot of their mix and match 6-packs are your larger craft beer manufacturers.
Yeah, you're especially in that immediate area. Whoever is the big dog in the area, they get in there more. Right,
and I think your bigger, your Sam Adams, your Yingling, they're gonna be able to sit on the shelves longer than your smaller guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So while it's not a diss to the supermarket, they're generally not going to stock the small brewer because they can't get it.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to Jason here. Jason, I do apologize. I just wanted to definitely put that out there.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man.
That all these beers were date stamped. I thought that's really I enjoy that.
Well, Toppling Goliath has a date stamp on the bottom, but I went down and grabbed out Sun Reaper, which is another double IPA from Toppling Goliath, and it says, Sun Reaper eclipses all others with its medium body and mild bitterness, a hop-delivered explosion of pineapple, orange, and passion fruit, flavors up front with layers of soft and pine in its finish. So, I mean, I know Andy Hare is a big fan of this beer, and he's right. I mean, I'm right along with him. This is a phenomenal beer, man. I mean, it's crazy to think, but, when I have beer at the house, I try and keep it with the stuff that I like, and this is another 4.75 for me. So,
oh wow,
it's 3 beers tonight that are all 4.75. I mean, I love Sun Reaper. I mean, the breweries for me right now that are on my sort of creme de la creme is, and I've said this before, it's New Trail, it's Toppling Goliath, and it's Nightmare Brewing. Right now, they're my jam. So most of the beer that I have from them kind of hover in that range because that's why I like those breweries. So, Sun Reaper is phenomenal, man. I mean, it says it's a hazy IPA, but in comparison to the New Trail, it's definitely not as hazy as those beers. But it's still a good New England IPA. But when you look at it in its color compared to the New Trail stuff is very kind of hazy, milky looking. I don't know how to explain it, but this looks more kind of clear. But it's a phenomenal beer. I mean, it's really, really good.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and that's a Toppling Goliath.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like Toppling Goliath, like Pseudo Sue, Double Dry Hop, Toppling Goliath, King Sue. I mean, it's rarely I have a beer from Toppling Goliath that it's either good or phenomenal. Like for me, like all the beers that I've had from Toppling Goliath, and I know Andy, and it's unfortunately Andy hasn't been on lately, but I know he had the passion fruit one from them, which I really wanted to try, which looked phenomenal. But I mean, Toppling Goliath, for me, it's either good or it's phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that's how I've kind of based the three breweries that I like the most right now, which again, Toppling Goliath, New Trail, Nightmare. It's either good or it's phenomenal, and that's kind of why I stick with these breweries currently. You know,
my favorite one by them was Fire Skulls and Money. I really liked that.
Okay, yeah,
I liked Pompeia.
Had that, yep.
Pompeia was awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah, Pompeia is awesome. Yeah,
and what was the other one I had? That I'm just kind of looking through the list. I'm not looking at my score.
There's like Pseudo Sue.
Yeah, all the Pseudo Sues were good. The only one that was kind of disappointment to me was Twisted Galaxy.
Yeah, I agree. That one was like, but again, good, but not phenomenal. Yeah. You know, for me personally,
I see Galaxy on the label and I get excited. You know what I mean? And that beer, didn't live up to the hype I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, again, with me, like with these breweries, and it's just like the beer is either good or it's really good. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, for me personally, if I'm going to have a beer from New Trail or if I'm going to have beer from Nightmare or Toppling Goliath, I kind of already know it's either going to be good or it's going to be phenomenal. And that's kind of like why I'm so, I don't know, got a hard on for these beers, you know, for these breweries, you know, because I mean, they haven't disappointed. I mean, it's again, it's good or it's phenomenal. I mean, you know, it depends on your taste, you know. But again, I'm like a diehard IPA drinker, so like, you know, they do make other beers. Like, I mean, I know Nightmare makes some sours. They have some stouts. Toppling Goliath has some, you know, sours and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, you know, it's been good for me across the board. It really has. Even like with New Trail, like their Moonlight, I think it's like called Moonlight Stout or whatever. Very good beer.
Yeah.
The Buzzsaw, it's and I know you don't like this, but it's like a coffee stout or coffee porter. Even that was really good. You know?
Nice.
I don't know. Good beer.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Toppling Goliath as well. I look forward to every time their beer's there. Like, and if I'm able to get it, I definitely try to do so.
Yeah, very good stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Do you have anything else beer wise, Dad, that you want to cover?
No, not me. I'm all out.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Enjoying another one of my left-handed
pre-order now.
Brewing company's nitros from last week.
Nice. I'm actually looking at Spindle Tap's website right now. You can pre-order all four of their glasses, their wrestling ones, the Atomic Leg Drop, the Sleeper Hold, the Stunner, and Chin Music. 4 glasses for $35 right now.
That's cool, man. This sounds like a good deal.
I'll really have to check that out.
Yeah, I won't order it yet. I'll let you take a look at it first.
Yeah, send me the link. Let me check.
Just in case he wants to buy Christmas gifts, right?
Yeah. So in case, unfortunately, so here's the thing: you can get Chin Music for cans to go, from the actual brewery. The unfortunate thing is they don't ship cans, so I don't listen. I don't want to openly say on the radio on the waves that I will break the law for this beer, but I'm desperate. I'm desperate is what I'm saying here. I want to try Chin Music. It looks unbelievable. I mean, they have a cool little logo too. It kind of looks like the Houston Oilers logo. It looks like an oil miner.
With a beer tap on it.
Yeah, but with a beer tap, so it looks like it's tapped oil, but also Sorry, I have the beer burps.
That's a second good reason why you should go to Texas, between Ingenious and Spindletap.
Listen, man, your football, and they actually have a logo that actually looks like the Houston Oilers logo, like the hat, like the colors and stuff. So that's kind of actually really nice. I like that a lot. I can get behind the Houston Oilers, but and they have a Nintendo looking logo too. They have a Nintendo one.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They actually made a Punch Out beer then too, which is really cool.
The rest of the tap handles are cool too, Jason. Oh my, let me take a picture.
Let me take a look on the opposite.
Quit enticing me.
Oh, they're fucking built. Oh my god, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture of the tap handle in the group chat here.
Here we go. More money.
Tell me that doesn't look awesome.
I already spent my stimulus check.
So did I on bills. Supposedly we're getting another one. That'd be awesome. I'll tell you what, my unemployment has been not good. I don't know if they're just like there's so many problems they're having, but I got like not even a quarter of my normal paycheck, and and a lot of people were saying they got an extra $600 on top of it. I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, man, I never stopped working, so I'm still going.
It's a messed up situation. The unemployment's a messed up situation.
Yeah, I'm hoping eventually they'll send it to me.
That's the easiest way to put it. It's fucked up.
I don't want to be that guy who calls in and bitches about it because I know they're swamped. But yeah,
and
I'm
who are you going to talk to?
I'm way exactly. I'm way behind, so it sucks. But we're making do. Heidi hasn't stopped working, so we are able to stay afloat in that aspect. But yeah. Yeah, I sent the pictures of the Houston Oilers logo as well as the tap handle in our group chat, so definitely check that out. They're really, really cool looking. Spindletap, man. I gotta slam this. I gotta stun this beer. If you wanna crack it, so we get the next one ready. We're on our last beer here, but I've been talking and not drinking.
All right, hey, I'm gonna jump off.
All right, thank you for calling in,
you guys again this week. And
you coming home this weekend? Next weekend?
I'm actually home. Yeah, I'm back in PA.
Oh, you're in PA right now?
Yeah, I'm in PA now. When I go up next week, when I go back, I'm hoping to get into branching out bottle up in Camillus, New York, outside of Syracuse, and pick up some more beer.
Yeah, shoot me a message and we'll see what's there, and maybe I'll tell you. I only like you don't have to get a crazy amount, just like maybe one, like two different breweries, like two or three from each brewery.
They're on Facebook and they're always posting what they've got, what they put out new. So check them out, and I'll give them a shameless plug.
Cool, absolutely. Yeah, and if they have T-shirts or anything like that as well, I know we have a sticker on the table, but they like I said, I'm a T-shirt guy. Just don't tell Heidi, because Heidi went out and bought a bunch of totes. She's convinced, my T-shirts collections are getting off seasons. So this is Heidi's new plan, right? Because I've taken up a dresser on top of the dresser and two shelves of a closet. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna start putting my T-shirts in totes. And then when those T-shirts are done, then she rotates a new lineup of T-shirts because she is sick and tired of the T-shirts coming in. She has had enough. But I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking stopping. I ain't fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving.
I've made a decision. If I buy a new T-shirt, I've got to get rid of one.
Nope. That's not the rule in this house. If I think about getting rid of a T-shirt, I have to buy 3 more. That's how I.
Yeah, you freaking bastard! That T-shirt thing really rubbed off on me then too, and I ended up getting like all these shirts for the television for the fucking podcast because we were doing it live.
When we go back, nutty. When we go back to sitting at the table all together, we won't be videotaping it. I will take quick little snip videos. I will do stuff like that where I'll take like little clips, and maybe it's easier for me to do clips than it is for me to edit a whole episode, I think. Mm-hmm. So we'll do something like that. But we're definitely going to do the T-shirt things. I think the T-shirt thing is fun. So we will go back to T-shirt things, and it does give me a reason to use the banners and stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah, all right.
What I did is
go ahead.
I used a couple of T-shirts to make masks because of this fucking virus bullshit.
Yeah.
So now I'm down 2 T-shirts. I can now buy 2 T-shirts.
Oh my goodness! What the hell is that, Jason? That looks awesome. Is that a bowl? Why is it shaped like that on top? Can you smoke out of it?
Because the top is a bowl, but the bottom is a stein.
Does the smoke go into the glass?
No, the top part's like completely different from the bottom part. I know the artist who like designed the art for that.
cover for a second. I gotta pee.
Yeah, sure. That's fucking wild. I really like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that Stein. Holy shit.
You know,
Here's like a color. I'll find a picture of the colored one. There's a colored one too. That's even awesomer.
I like the fact that look at the green bands on there with the details.
It's very, very cool. Yeah.
Well, pot leaves and all. I like that. That's pretty cool. The top half. Make that a meerschaum pipe, and dude, those would be stellar. Oh my god, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be really neat. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, I you know what? Now trying that spindle tap, it really makes me want to actually obtain those more. So we might even have a spindle tap episode on that aspect then too, which is going to be absolutely nice. So like once we get back to, you know, normal quotes, if anything. Whoa, look at that one. You're just showing off big dick energy with this one, aren't you?
They have that one with the top on it as well. Like
oh
the other
wow.
one.
That one, I think that one looks awesome. That's the
one I like too. Yeah.
I mean, you know what? If they had that colored, oh my god, that'd be pretty cool. Look at your phone with the next one.
That one's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm interrupting
I
the
said
podcast
too.
by sending pictures that no one else can see.
Yeah, I mean, minus the pot leaves all over it. It's cool art.
Yeah, I like that, like excruciating detail stuff. And you know what? The funny thing is, Nightmare actually came out with another beer. They had something.
That's lady.
Hey, lady. I always think your lady is like like Blue from Blue's Clues, and the fact of the matter is, like, she's just schizophrenic.
No, she's
schizophrenic Blue's Clues.
Lady is if you had to describe Lady as a cartoon dog, she is Kurz, the cowardly dog.
Oh shit! Okay.
I think in Lady's mind, she sees the world as a different thing. So that's why she barks and she freaks out about everything.
Yeah,
because she perceives everything as like monsters, and everyone's here to kill us. That's how I think Lady perceives the world.
That's funny. I was saying to Tony earlier, like, I went to my parents' house, and Haley and Zelda, the two yellow labs, those two fucking dogs troll the shit out of me. Like, I'll shave, and like, they know when I shave, they'll just like look underneath my chin and shit. And they were outside for a little bit, and then Zelda, she'll come out of the woodwork, she'll come in first, and all you hear her go, and like, she's just fucking, she's like, and I'm like,
don't do that.
Fucking goof.
Don't do that ever again.
But seriously though, like, those two dogs fucking troll me, and they know they could get away with it. It's like, yeah, we're trolling you, whatever, we're cool. Yeah, like, I love those two. But
all right, guys,
that's my side. Okay, Senior.
I don't know exactly what's happening here because I'm not watching it, but I don't know how. Maybe the second round's done and they're in the third, but I think the Redskins just picked up a running back.
Oh shit! Oh, you're keeping up with the draft?
Yeah, I'm trying to. More research for another show.
Oh boy!
All right, let me get this beer down.
Yeah, sure. This is a little bit different. Oh, you didn't drink?
No, I'm still at the stunner. I'm enjoying it. I'm trying not to. I don't want to crush it.
Sticky Fingers is a little bit different here. That's another 8%.
The very bottom says the ickiest, the sticky icky. I think it's a weed reference.
Well, if you look at it, then too.
Yeah, it's like little nuggets.
It's very trippy. That's actually, you know what? I was just saying to Senior and Jason, I'm actually going to look forward to actually getting Spindle Tap. More Spindle Tap. We should try out.
Yeah, I would love to. I would definitely love to do that. Like I said, if you can find a way to, in your beer trading group, to get some chin music, I need at least 2 cans of that. Minimum. That's a must. Okay, the third round. So the Redskins in the third round grabbed wide receiver / running back Antonio Gibson. All right, cool. Alrighty. Let's go. Sorry. Brand new podcast I just started on the network. It's my fifth show now. It's called Bros on the Warpath, and it's all Washington Redskins themed.
Yeah,
podcast.
with the other asshole Tony.
You know? How do you know Tony?
You want to know how I know Tony?
I want to know how you know Tony.
So, like, my brother-in-law, like my wife's brother, is very good friends with Tony, and Tony goes to North Carolina with us every year. So when I go on vacation with Tony. I'm stuck with Tony for like a whole week at a time.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I met Tony when I was very, very young. His family and my family are really close, and we kind of lost contact, and then kind of got in contact again a couple years ago. And one of our connections was always been the Washington Redskins. And he's like, "Yo, how fun would it be?"
I mean, Tony's a good guy. I'll save it for another time, but I have a good funny story about Tony. Actually, where we went on vacation one time. I mean, no, he's a good dude. I mean, he's funny. I mean, like I said, when we go on vacation to the Outer Banks, he goes with us. So, I mean, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 years, I probably spent vacation with him for a whole week at a time.
Nah, yeah, he's a cool dude, man. Really nice guy. I'm excited that I started this new podcast with him. Really, really awesome dude. First episode did really well, and his presence on Redskins Twitter is unbelievable. He has a decent following, so his Twitter love kind of carried over to our podcast. Actually, one of the Redskins podcasts is actually doing a live stream right now, and they're hitting us up to possibly call in. So I think after I get done here, I might do a quick stop in and kind of get our name out there. But yeah, man,
That's cool, man.
New podcast out there called Bros on the Warpath. I'm really excited about it. We're gonna record again Saturday, I think, and do that. But all right,
yeah.
So you got your beers out for the night? Are you pretty much taken care of on your end?
Yeah, I mean, like, after we get off the phone, I'm just going to drink more of the same because, remember, I have Hill Climb and Flannel Weather on tap, so
yeah,
there's plenty of – I got, like, 5 cases or something total, so good to go.
All right, so this is our last beer of the night. I'm gonna get it all lined up while Ben takes weird selfies. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's trying to pick up love on the dive bar.
I am.
Yeah.
I do miss, like, us all being together.
Me too, man. I miss everybody.
But the thing is, where the fuck has Andy been lately? He can't call in?
I think because of what's going on, I think he just kind of he's spending more time with the wife, which I get,
Yeah, look, we all have the same problems. He could call in once. I'll get on his ass.
Who's that?
Next week, listen, next week, I'm going to get on his ass so hard he'll call in.
No, here's the whole thing when it came down to it. Like, when I bought him his 6-pack from Pizza Boy, like, I invite him to come in. I'm like, hey, man, like, I've only been around how many people? Like, not a whole lot.
He's pretty convinced where he works, he may have come in contact
and
with.
He's like,
and I think he's really...
He was very self-conscious. He's like, no, I just don't want to be like that, because if I had it and I gave it to you, I'd feel like a piece of shit for giving it to you. And like, and that's a good way to go about it.
That's cool, and I totally respect that. But next week he's gonna call in.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm like, hey, come on in. Like, you're not gonna touch anything. I know how you are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. And he's just like, I don't care. Like, I'm just staying out here. I'm like, hey, I mean, look, I didn't mind it.
Yeah, he's a good dude. But yeah, so you heard it here first. He's calling in next week. All right, let's get this last review.
That's right. I'm gonna be on his fucking ass like white on rice.
Let's get this last beer out. So this is Sticky Fingers. I did not buy this at Pizza Boy. I don't know why I put that. It's hazy,
Sticky
hoppy,
fingers.
citrusy, grapefruity, and dry. I mean, all those profiles hits. I don't know if it's because
they certainly are.
I'm normally not used to drinking.
I like that
5 beers between 2 people. But I think my palate may be a little shot at this point, especially a lot of IPAs. I like it. It doesn't blow me away, but I do enjoy it. I get a little bit of a dankness to it.
A little bit. I agree.
Is this from Pizza Boy as well? Or
No,
no?
this is Spindle
This
Tap.
is the last of Spindle Tap. So we have 3 from Pizza Boy,
Oh,
2
okay.
from Spindle Tap. Yeah.
All right.
I give this a 3.75.
That is a very fair assessment.
Are you
Seriously,
in the same?
I'd be about the same way then too. Like I just like how it just tastes in general.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna leave it at that. We are about the. Oh boy, I almost spilled the whole beer everywhere. We're about that time. Anything you wanna plug or get out of there before we head out, Jason?
I mean, look, I'm just, I'm committed, man. I can't wait till we can get back together. I mean, people are asking me what's up with the School County Brew Fest, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, is there any information? Do we have any info on that?
No, I think they're pushing it
On
back
the
to later in the
Brew
year.
Fest? But still this year.
Possibly. That's what they're kind of hoping for.
Yeah, so I'm just looking to get back to normal, man. I mean, I want to sit at the table. I want to be with you guys. I want to have a good time. But, it's a shit show right now. We're doing what we can. But, again, there are some things in the pike, so hopefully things will settle out and we'll figure it out,
All righty. All right. Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah.
All right. That'll wrap it up for Bangin Beers Podcast, and we'll see you guys next week. Here's some Faith in Exile.